Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man, and we're looking at KENMORE. We see a lot of KENMOREs on this channel because we're a big fan of KENMOREs. This particular KENMORE is a 158.10400, which is the same as a 10300. And the reason we're doing this and making the reference to the 10300 is because we got a request from Cara to, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Cara, C-A-R-A. She said she wants to replace her bobbin winder mechanism in her machine. Not necessarily the bobbin winder mechanism, but the rubber wheel. It may have a flat spot on it or something like that. And of course, this is going to be real involved because it's probably not going to be what you were expecting, because it's not what anybody expects from a KENMORE machine. But let's get started with this. To take this top off to get access to the bolts, you just swing the side here open, swing it open, and using this for leverage, you pop it right up. It comes right off very simply. That's the easy part. Over here, we have the bobbin winder mechanism. It's affixed by 2 machine screws. And you can see what the problem is with the naked eye right off the bat. You see all this right here? This is fragile. You got to be very careful with these bobbin winders. They will break just like a cookie. They're very brittle, and you can't put any stress on them whatsoever. When I say whatsoever, I mean none. You can't stress these. I'm going to treat this like it's made of Fabergé egg. I'd be very, very careful with it. And I loosen those and lift it up as a unit so I don't have to go chasing after a screw that falls down inside. Now, this is about 2 feet off of a hard wooden floor, and you can see that's grain and stuff in the cast, but it's weak. When these break, they break right there. That's where they normally break, and I would know that because this one fell from a height of exactly 2 feet and that hardwood floor, and it fractured right there at the break point, right there. It broke because they're very fragile. Now, a full-size 158 series KENMORE, like the ones that I'm always raving about, they have a machined steel. Look at that, that's gorgeous. A front load 15 class 158 series. It's machine steel, and these do not break. These can be broken just by exerting the pressure it takes to peel this off and put another wheel on, because you have to put some real oomph on this. You have to pry it. It'll snap this right off. So I tell people don't risk breaking your bobbin winder assembly because they're not readily available. The ones for the full-size 158 series, they are readily available. I can order these from my suppliers. As a matter of fact, I have a drawer with them in it. But these don't break. They just don't. And they don't interchange. This one fits this way. This one fits this way. They're almost mirror opposites. So this is an oddball little winder. And if you break the one on this, good luck finding them. I've been trying to find them here and there around about. Sometimes I'll order one. As a matter of fact, this one came in today, about an hour ago, to fix the one I showed you earlier that was broken. But this one, we're not going to even do anything except mount it up there and tell the customer, get a Sidewinder, get an auxiliary bobbin winder, or use pre-wound. Do not push on this to try to engage it, because I made the absolute horrific mistake of ordering a parts machine from Florida, and I knew better, but it didn't say, the seller didn't say they were in Florida. I should even ask. I said, are you in Florida? Because South Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, along the coast there, they're up against the Gulf of Mexico. And on the eastern side, I think this one came from around Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, Miami. Over there, that's right on the Atlantic Ocean. Good grief. You couldn't ask for more corrosion and salt. So this one here is, I can oil this and oil all this and get it. But if you go to try to function it, it'll snap. It'll crumble in your fingers and it's game over. So I'm going to put it back on here and give it to the customer and say, just for appearance sake only, you can have this bobbin winder. Lesson learned on my part. I'll still be looking for a bobbin winder assembly for a 1/58 decimal 10300. My shop door swung open and it's pouring outside. Boy, that feels good. A nice breeze. Yeah. It's coming to storm like you read about. Maybe we'll get some thunder. But I'll put this back on here, and I will not do anything except tell the customer, don't bump it, don't actuate it, and I'll see if I can find you a bobbin winder. In the meanwhile, get you I think Joannes sells them. They're called the Sidewinder. They're auxiliary bobbin winders. They're battery, electric, whatever they are. You put the bobbin on, it winds. I have a lot of customers that do that because they're in the same position. But this is an awesome little machine, and it'll work. It'll work fine. It'll sew, do everything it's supposed to do. It just is not going to wind the bobbin, because the bobbin winder is one of these cast ones, and it's just one of those deals. When it looks like that, when it's all grainy, you dare not stress it. It will absolutely fracture, and that's what they're putting in some of these KENMOREs. There's some other KENMOREs that have them, but if yours has this type, machine steel, you can manhandle this thing. You can pull this off, put all sorts of stress on it, put that back on. You can tug and pull and activate and snap and pull. It's not going to break. It's machined steel. Good stuff. This stuff over here, you treat it like it was a cookie. Very fragile. It'll snap. Sad, but that's the way it is. Forewarned. If you have one of these and it's functioning, it's snapping and winding, but you're just getting a grinding sound because you have a flat spot on it somewhere, like that, get your file, round that out as best you can, and put up with it. Do not change it. If you put stress on this and try to take this wheel off and put another one on, you're absolutely going to break it. I promise you, I guarantee you, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It will snap. I learned it firsthand, and I'm paying the price, all right?